How's it going, everyone? I want to make a quick video here real quick. I just heard on the news that the first responders in Florida are saying that if you stayed behind, if you're there in Florida, not to count on them to come save you. This kind of really reinforces what I and a lot of other people like me have been saying for a long time, is you have to be prepared to take care of yourself, man. You can't rely on the government or first responders or anybody to show up and save you. Every single person should have, I would say, at least 2 weeks worth of food and water for every single member of their household on hand at all times. Because, see, prepping isn't just about, zombie apocalypse or the end of the world or nuclear war or whatever. It's about surviving things like this, like Hurricane Matthew. These kind of events, like Katrina was, and like a lot of different other hurricanes and earthquakes and natural disasters, they really break down our society as far as, first responders being able to get to you. You can't just go to the store and buy, your food for the day and stuff like that like you normally do. So you really have to have that kind of stuff on hand. And I would also really recommend having all of those little things that you do every day that keep you sane. Like if you're a coffee drinker, just make sure that you have yourself, 1 jar of instant coffee. Because if the power goes out and you don't have power, your coffee maker doesn't work, then if you have the instant coffee, you can always boil some water and make yourself a cup of coffee. It won't be as good as your coffee, but it'll get the job done. You'll get the caffeine. You'll still feel, a little bit like a human. Have all those kind of things, have little games and stuff that you can give your kids for if the power goes out, little handheld, old style games that they can mess with, stuff to keep them occupied and keep them out of your hair. Because what you have to realize is, in a situation of like a hurricane or some other natural disaster or terrorist attack or whatever it is, it's going to be stressful enough. You're going to have a lot of stress to deal with. So anything you can do to kind of try to make you feel like you still have your everyday routine is going to help you out a hell of a lot. So definitely at least have 2 weeks of food and water on hand. If you take medicines, I would make sure that you stay up to date, fill them as soon as you can and keep them on hand for yourself, so that if a situation like this happens where a hurricane comes, or you get, something that's predictable like that, or even something that's not predictable, then you know that you have what you need. If you have to take blood pressure medicine, or you're diabetic and you need insulin, or whatever it is, you have your medications on hand. I would also keep headache medicine like Aleve or Advil or whatever it is you like to take. Another really good thing to get is a bottle of caffeine pills, like Vivarin or Jet Alert or something like that. Those are great to have on hand, because if you're in a situation where there's no power for an extended period of time, you are most likely going to have looters. If you live in, an area like a city, or mainly cities, but also even bigger towns, sometimes you can have looters. So you might need that caffeine to stay awake, to defend your property and your family. And you want to make sure that, if you have firearms, you have ammunition, just the whole nine. Just basically everything you're going to need to survive completely by yourself and off the grid for, I would say 2 weeks is a good cushion. Because usually it takes anywhere from 3 days to a week before they get something organized where they can have food and water coming into you and can figure out the power and all that kind of stuff. So if you keep 2 weeks worth of food and water and medicines and supplies at your house, it's not going to cost you a fortune to have that, and that is going to give you a nice little cushion that could be the difference between you surviving and thriving and dying. You never know. So I just wanted to make a real quick video to touch on that with you guys. I love you very much, and please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.